Hi, my name is Siobhan Shugman and I'm a librarian at Greenwich Library. And I just want to thank you for participating in our adult summer reading program. It's the first ever to be offered at Greenwich Library. And I also wanted to recommend a book for your summer reading. And that book is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Leigh is normally known for writing her young adult books, and this is her first foray into adult writing. Here you're going to follow the main character as she's admitted into Yale, but it's a secret school because she can see ghosts. It's a fantasy novel, it's a mystery, it's potentially the first in a series, and it's definitely a page turner full of intrigue. I really urge you to check it out.
Hi, I'm Dave Waring, music librarian at Greenwich Library, and I'd like to make a suggestion for your summer reading enjoyment. The book in question is The Baroness, The Search for Nika, the Rebellious Rothschild, by Hannah Rothschild, which tells the story of the aristocrat and the iconic jazz musician Thelonious Monk and how their lives became inextricably linked, a case of two very different worlds meeting and, to an extent, coalescing. I would like to recommend for your summer reading consideration a book I very much enjoyed entitled Narrow Dog to Carcassonne by Terry Darlington. It's an account of a voyage through the French canal system in the early 2000s on a narrow dog, or English canal boat. A man, his wife, and their pet Whippet are the crew. This may be the funniest book you read all summer long. Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Vanessa, and I'm a librarian at the Greenwich Library. Today I'm recommending The Deserter by Nelson DeMille and his son Alex, because it is the first in a new series they're doing together. And one of the challenges in the Greenwich Library Imagine Your Story Adult Summer Reading 2020 is to read a book that's first in a series. So I've chosen The Deserter. I'm absolutely loving it and can't wait for more. Thanks and happy reading.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda. I'm a librarian at Greenwich Library. I would like to recommend the book Burial Rites today. It's by Hannah Kent, a young Australian author who does a well-researched historical novel of the last woman to be publicly executed in Iceland, of all places. It's a very stark novel. It's very interesting. It gives you an idea of the life at the beginning of the 19th century in Iceland, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Dora Somm, librarian at Greenwich Library. I'd like to recommend Stephen King's latest book, If It Bleeds. King leaves the gore at the door in this 4-novella collection. My favorite story was Mr. Harrigan's Phone, about a cell phone with coverage in the afterlife. Fan favorite character and private detective Holly Gibney returns to solve a monstrous case in the title short story. You can find this book and so many others as a 7-day express on Libby by Overdrive. Thanks for listening and happy reading.
Hi, my name is Marilyn and I'm a librarian at Greenwich Library. I'm recommending The Dutch House by Anne Patchett. The Dutch House refers to a 1920s mansion that takes hold of a family's psyche and becomes an integral part of how they relate to each other and the world around them. The audiobook was recorded by the multi-talented actor Tom Hanks, and he does a fantastic job. I'm recommending We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This suspense novel is set on a family's private island. Cadence, the teenage narrator suffering from amnesia and migraines, is trying to understand what happened to her on the island 2 years ago. With plenty of twists, this is the perfect page-turner for the summer. It will appeal to a young adult and adult audience. Happy reading!
Hi, my name is Cameron Dahl. I'm a librarian at Greenwich Library. Today I'm recommending The Stepford Wives by Ira Levin. It's set in Connecticut. It's believed to be based on Wilton, where Levin resided for part of his life. I would recommend it to readers who like suspense and also readers who like stories that explore the darker side of technology. Thanks and happy reading.
Hi, I'm Roy Brayton, reference librarian at the Greenwich Library. Travel this summer to 1970 Rhodesia's with Alexandra Fuller as she recounts her childhood in Don't Let's Go to the Dogs Tonight. In her later book, she details her African life as well as her emergence as a first-rate writer. Summer is the ideal time to discover or revisit the wonderful world of Harry Potter. The first volume, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, is a great introduction to the fantastical world of Harry Potter. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Eileen, and I'm a reference librarian at Greenwich Library. Today I'm recommending Herb Gardening from the Ground Up by Sal Gilberte because I really don't have a green thumb, but I enjoy cooking with fresh herbs. The author is a Connecticut local and third-generation proprietor at Gilberte's Herb Garden in Westport, and he clearly explains everything that you'll need to know about growing your favorite herbs. Thanks, and happy reading!
As part of the Greenwich Library's Adult Summer Reading Program, I am recommending the following memoir. You must remember this: Life and Style in Hollywood's Golden Age by Robert Wagner. Wagner shares stories of Hollywood life behind the scenes from the 1930s through the 1950s. This book is Wagner's tender farewell to a legendary era.
Hi, my name is Martha Wright, and I'm a librarian at Greenwich Library. Today I'd like to recommend the book The Plant Paradox Cookbook by Dr. Stephen Gundry. Have you heard of the Gundry diet? You won't go hungry on this diet. This book is filled with over 100 healthy, easy to follow, and delicious recipes, including carrot cake muffins, truffled mushroom, mac and cheese, and even chocolate cream pie. Today I'd like to recommend the graphic novel version of the book Kindred by Octavia Butler. This science fiction classic is a fast-paced tale about an African-American woman named Dana in 1970s LA who time travels to the antebellum South to the plantation of her ancestors. Why does she go there? Is she able to get out? Read Kindred to find out. Thanks for watching and happy reading.
Hi, this is Michelle Martin, a librarian at Greenwich Library, and I would like to tell you about a new memoir, Miss Aluminum, by the author Susanna Moore. The book follows Miss Moore from her childhood home in Hawaii to New York, Chicago, and finally in Los Angeles, where she settles during the 1970s. She runs in glamorous circles and is friends with the authors Joan Didion and John Gregory Dunn, who share her love of books and encourage her to write. Many of the author's other books, fiction and nonfiction, are available through Greenwich Library digital collections. Happy reading.
Hello, I'm Lauren Mendoza from the Greenwich Library Children's Room, and I have a book referral for you today. It's The 3 Lives of James Madison, Genius, Partisan, President by Noah Feldman. If you're a big fan of American history like I am, or you really enjoyed learning more about Alexander Hamilton, I think you'll like learning all about one of our other founding fathers and our 4th president, James Madison. The 3 Lives of James Madison by Noah Feldman is available from the Greenwich Library on downloadable audiobook and ebook. Thanks. Happy reading.
Hi, I'm Jean Altman, a reference librarian at Greenwich Library. Today I'm recommending for you a remarkable debut novel, The Girl with the Louder Voice, by Nigerian author Abidare. Told in the beautiful voice of a dunny, a 14-year-old girl who wants nothing more than an education, but what she gets instead is a bride price for her arranged marriage and later abuse. A dunny is smart and feisty and speaks up for herself and for all the girls who will come after her.
Hi, my name is Elaine, and I'm reference librarian at the Greenwich Library. Today I'm recommending Jennifer Robson's book, The Gown. It's 1947, and Princess Elizabeth is engaged to dashing Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten, and England is abuzz. The event serves as the backdrop to the story of the Gowns' 2 embroiderers, Miriam and Anne, who form an unbreakable bond of friendship that enables them to overcome the trauma of war, the dissension of social mores, and the pain of heartbreak. Thanks and happy reading.
Hi, my name is Maureen, and I'm a librarian at the Greenwich Library. I would like to recommend to you today the book American Carnage by Tim Alberta, because it is an insider's view of the Republican Party from the George W. Bush White House to that of Donald Trump. Thank you and happy reading.
Hola, me llamo Marilyn, trabajo en la biblioteca de Greenwich, soy una LTA Estoy recomendando hoy el libro Nocturna. Es el primer libro de la trilogía de la oscuridad. Se trata de humanos y vampiros están en una horrorosa batalla que amenaza a la humanidad. Es un libro de ficción escrito por Guillermo del Toro y Chuck Hogan. Muchas de las obras de Guillermo del Toro han sido muy exitosas. Gracias y disfruten.